Mage achievement, hat trick, have a single Darkmoon Magician cast 8 mana, 12 mana worth of spells. Interestingly enough, this is not a doubling, but I'm very glad it's not a doubling, and here's why. The Darkmoon Magician is elusive, but is still only a 2/4. After you cast a spell, cast a random spell that costs 1 more. So, with 8, this thing needs to cast 8 mana worth of spells, which means you don't necessarily need to cast 8. For instance, if you cast a 7 cost spell after this, he will cost an 8 cost spell. 3 plus 7 makes him cast 8. You could easily do that in one turn with just one other card. But for him to cast 12, that's a little trickier. And you can't necessarily do it over multiple turns because even with elusive, he's only 4 health. It's like you cannot rely on this surviving a turn in order to do it. So, what is the best way? I've pondered that a lot. Now, certainly, aside from casting 0 cost spells, for him to cost a 1 cost spell, you would need to do that 12 times for him to go off, and you don't have that many cards in your hand. So, the most mana efficiency that you can get with him is to cast 1 cost spells to make him cast 2 cost spells. So him plus 6 1 cost spells will make him cast 12 mana worth of spells in 1 turn. And that in 1 turn is very important for trying to make sure that this can happen from a single Darkmoon Magician. I originally thought I might use a lot of bounce effects, but I do not like the possibility of it tracking a single Dark Magician's mana spell acquisition over being bounced back and forth from your hand. I don't think that would work. And I don't even want to do the science on that. It's a bit clunky anyway. I just want to put him down and cast 6 1 cost spells so he casts 12. Let's try to make that happen, and let's see what I can put together for it. Okay, so I certainly have plenty of spells that are 1 cost on their own. I also included some higher cost frost spells because I've got the Watercolor Artist. So if the Watercolor Artist picks up even the Frost Lich Cross Stitch 3 turns later, that'll be a 1 cost spell. Or maybe in combination with other spells I have in my hand, I can even get a little bit more value out of it. We'll just have to see how it plays out. I am going to want some draw, certainly, because I need to build up a bunch of spells in my hand. So I only have 1 volume up. If you're doing this on your own, I suggest 2 volume up, maybe, if you can. But I also put in the Dryscale Deputy. The most likely cost of a spell I draw next is 1, so hopefully that helps get another 1 cost spell in my hand. I'm going to be mulliganing specifically for the Darkmoon Magician because, like, everything else is going to come. I just need to build up enough. The Darkmoon Magician himself, unfortunately, he's not a high enough cost to well, I mean, fortunately, he's not that high of a cost, but I don't know of any way to target a draw this guy. So I'm just going to have to hard mulligan for him and hope that I get to draw him. So I guess we will see how this goes.
Kael'thas versus the Lich King!
Darkness comes on cold winds.
It seems my work is not finished.
Yep, hard mulligan for the Magician. Two 1-cost spells, and that's not gonna get hit by the Magician, so I may as well cast that whenever. Excellent, excellent. Let's see if we can discover a 1-cost spell. We can. And honestly, the gifts are kind of a gift to this one. I don't care what it is I discover, I just want to cast the spell. So I'm up to 3. I only need, like, potentially... Well, I need to get to 9 mana, but other than that, in only 3 turns I could potentially have what I'm looking for.
I have but little time.
Of course, all those frost plagues could really mess me up. Yeah.
The citadel stands strong.
I'll go ahead and play the Watercolor Artist. Sure.
Job's done.
Ooh. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
Touring grunge wave is more my bag.
Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I do have everything that I need in hand right now. That thing's gonna be frozen, so I have time enough to kill it.
Candle much lighter.
Two more turns, and I can do the thing, presuming no frost. I should keep something back that I can cast in case I get frost plagued.
My pain doesn't compare to your plague. You now take mandible.
Okay. This will excavate, so I can do this and stay at 10 cards, and that way I will be protected from plagues, and next turn I will have the mana to do the thing. So I will simply freeze that. I don't even want to draw because I could draw a plague. But the 3 health I don't think it's worth the choice. So 3, 6, 7, 8. As long as they don't have 5 damage in hand, I can do the thing next turn.
What a conundrum.
Sure.
The runes decide your fate. Unholy, symbol of death.
Okay, the next card wouldn't have been a Frostplague, but still, I need to go. So, here is...
Oh no.
Freeze a minion and its neighbors. Oh, I cannot do that to all 3 or I'll die. Oh, that could have killed me. Hat trick tier 2. And there's pretty much no way I'm not dead. Like, there's literally no way I'm not dead. But I got the achievement.
The citadel stands strong!
I have but little time. This cannot be bound.
I don't know why they didn't just kill me there.
This cannot be bound.
Death is a symptom of life.
Job's done.
All right. So yeah. So yeah, that's tricky because I mean, you're taking up 7 cards in your hand, which means you really don't have a lot of tools to survive until you get to that point. It's not necessary. I managed to do it on my first try, largely I think just because the opponent was moving slowly, or just barely slow. I could not have waited a single another turn, and I think it was correct to keep 10 cards in my hand to protect against the potential frost plague destroying my strategy. But it worked. Hopefully you can do something similar. Maybe a little bit more draw, but you know, you'd also still have to make it to 9 mana. So it's not an easy thing. But there you go. Have a good one.